I'm gonna be honest. When I first saw the Astro Bot trailer and stuff, I was so hyped for it. Like, so hyped. I don't even get to play this game. I just want to like watch the gameplay because I don't have a PS5. So it's unfortunate for me as a PC user and a PS4 player. I cannot. But let's go ahead and see what it's all about. It looks really nice, by the way. Like, it makes me think of like Kingdom Hearts and whatnot. But let's go ahead and see what their thoughts and reviewers. And then I'll tell you what my thoughts and impressions are. Ah!
I can now die knowing that I've blasted.
Oh, that's so cool. It's like a little Wild Waves theme park with the balls and stuff. This one looks like Mario Odyssey. Like boss fight.
Bubbles of honey into the air using an elephant's trunk, jumped up on them to reach.
Oh wait, no, it's closer to Mario Odyssey plus the Sunshine game of it. The Mario Sunshine game. Is that what it was called? Mario Sunshine? I think that's the name. Because it does like the water jetpack and everything.
Of a triple stack of chickens hiding in eggs.
Oh, that's so
and then
cool.
sucked the yolk out of said eggs using that same trunk.
Oh, gross.
In other words, I can now die happy. For 30 years, Sony has given us a vast library of top-quality PlayStation games.
Balls.
But there's never been a mascot platformer among them to rival the heights that Nintendo's Mario regularly reaches. Crash Bandicoot tried, Jak and Daxter had a decent run, even Knack had a go, bless him. Now though, a true contender has arrived. Packed with dozens of colourful levels.
I'll be honest, I was not expecting Astro Bot to go so hard. Like, on the PS4, it doesn't seem like that much. But on the PS5, they're just like going all in.
Experimental abilities, Astro's latest outing thrusts him onto center stage, joined by a supporting cast of PlayStation's past heroes to
That's actually really sick. I think it's really neat that they're basically showing gameplay mechanics of other games and implementing it inside theirs. Like for Astro, I keep trying to call him Astro Boy, but that's someone else entirely. Astro Bot. What was I saying? Yeah, like, I think it's super cool that, like, implement all these gameplay mechanics into it. And that's honestly what makes a game good, to be honest. I feel like this is gonna have replay, a lot of replay ability.
provide hours of pure joy. Bursting to the scenes with charm, Astro Bot is an inventive, nostalgia-fueled platformer of the highest order.
Yeah.
If 2020's Astro's Playroom was like a museum, albeit one with fun playable exhibits, Astro Bot is like a theme park, throwing a new thrill at you around every corner and after every double jumped gap.
Actually, wow, the 2020 Astro Bot looks... Maybe I didn't even play that one. Maybe I didn't even play this. I thought I did, but maybe I haven't.
2020's Astro's Playroom was like a museum, albeit one with fun playable exhibits. Astro Bot is like a theme park, throwing a new thrill at you
Yeah, the
around
theme
every
park thing
corner
is
and
super
after
cool.
every double jumped gap. It doesn't always deliver the bonkers creativity that drives the likes of Super Mario Galaxy and Odyssey, but that's hardly damning criticism when swings of that size are rarely taken outside of Nintendo's walls. What developer team Asobi has designed here though does successfully evoke the spirit of those great platformers, by birthing novel stages full of visual flourish that never cross the line into becoming mere novelties. A handful of the many standouts are a time-bending casino, a Japanese bathhouse-inspired level with a humor.
It's so cool. It's like, it's silly. Like, it doesn't take itself too seriously, and it's more for like the gameplay than like anything else. Like showcasing like what other games have in store for you, which is honestly the best way to advertise games for your system.
A sponge system that's soaked in fun, and a smart level in which the floors and walls dynamically shift depending on whether a day or night button has been pressed. That last one in particular features a fantastic use of 3D space, while also feeling like a page torn straight out of the Fez playbook.
Someone I know supposedly spent $84 on Astro Bot. I don't know what that means though. I just said $84 and then I fell over with a GIF on Discord because that seems a bit much.
Astro Bot really is the
Where-
video game equivalent of venturing through Willy Wonka's chocolate factory, a delightful concoction of experimentation.
Oh, that's so nice. Like, besides like the gameplay that you're a part of, just like watching the graphics of like the place and like the trails, like when you walk and run and stuff too, is really nice. The physics system is like top tier.
Joy, just without the child endangerment, chocolate death pipes.
It's
and
like it's showing the what the PS5 is capable of, which is really neat. Like, not only are they showing like the possibilities of like the potential games that you're gonna buy, but they're also showing the fidelity and stuff that you can do on a PS5, which is the really neat part of it.
fizzy lifting drinks are instead swapped out for sinkholes leading to treasure and an inflatable friend who helps you reach floating platforms.
Oh no, not inflation.
It even feels like some popping candy has smuggled its way into your controller as it fizzes and pings away, sweetly reacting to whatever is
Oh yeah, that's right. The controller does like make sounds and stuff too, and it like color lights and stuff, doesn't it? I don't know if I really like that, but like every once in a while it's nice. But like if you're gonna play this like repeatedly, and let's say it's nighttime, you would not want that.
happening on screen. Astro Bot is a showcase for the DualSense's bells and whistles, unlike anything since, well, Astro's Playroom at the PS5's launch. Triggers tighten in your fingers and rumbles ascend through your thumbs. Raindrops tickle your palms, and I found my whole body involuntarily drifting from side to side as I guided Astro's
Okay,
ship.
so was the Astro Playroom like at the launch of PS5? That was the 2020 version, right? Because that's why I did not play. The only thing I know about Astro was when he was like chilling with me on the webcam or like the PlayStation camera.
With the motion controls. And while there's nothing to quite rival the GPU earworm of 4 years ago, despite the best efforts of a giant
I'm gonna be
single-
honest, like even though it's like not as good as a PC supposedly, but these graphics are like insane. Like I love this kind of style for graphics, like the cartoony, the shading and all that. It's like really nice. I don't really care too much if they're, oh, it's super realistic, look at the texture. No, that's not me. Me is for more like the vibrancy, the fantasy-esque stuff, and just like a dream world, if you know what I'm saying.
tree, the music is a consistent delight throughout. That soundtrack scores levels that seem simple at first, but soon unfurl themselves to reveal tantalizing depths and secrets. Most are fairly linear, but some go the extra mile and are enjoyably knotty, providing sandbox-like areas to hunt for collectibles in.
That's
There's never
sick.
the openness found in the large by comparison Mario.
So technically you can speedrun the game, or you can go around and take in the sights and maybe find a secret or two. So that's actually really neat.
Odyssey levels, but enough nooks and crannies
Oh,
to
look
get
at that little otter thing. It's so cute.
stuck into nonetheless. There are even whole extra levels to find within levels, with warp points hidden like buried treasure that jet you off to new locations in the Lost Galaxy. I'm a big fan of this Russian doll structure and the way it introduces new lands. It ensures a
Wow.
constant supply of surprises throughout Astro Bot's roughly 9-hour duration. And some of those biggest
Wait, didn't he
unexpected
say 5 hour earlier? But now it's 9 hour? I'm so confused.
treats are the new powers that Astro gets along his journey. The basic movement of our little robot pal is great, with his jump, double jump and hover hitting that sweet spot between floaty and finely tuned. But it's the temporary abilities that come with each level that make things truly exciting. The twin frog gloves are a particular favourite,
Aw.
with their sticky tongues flinging out to provide a grapple swing option. They're also spring-loaded, meaning any incoming projectiles can be sent back from whence they came, exploding
No,
in an
you.
enemy's face. I also very much enjoyed the mouse mechanic, which reduces you down to a super small
Oh.
size, effectively turning on Toy Story
Wow, that's so cool. That changes the whole aspect of the game. Oh, the game. Like, being so tiny, everything just seems so different.
mode that lets you
You know why they put the blur though on the back? It's because it'll save resources. Like, imagine it without the blur. Like, sure, it'll look nice, but it's also more expensive because what was it, LOD or something?
very much enjoyed the mouse mechanic, which reduces you down to a super small size, effectively turning on Toy Story mode that lets you clamber up oversized shelves and leaves in search of secrets.
Oh. Whoa, no.
Even powers from previous Astro adventures are reinvented to great effect. For example, the Monkey Climber is an evolution of Playroom's climbing ability, but the assistance of a small robotic ape with huge hands this time means rocks can be hurled and ground pounded to great delight. Laurels are never rested on either, with new ideas and gadgets introduced right up until the final encore. Although some mechanics
this
are
is
reused
insanely
a little
impressive.
more than I'd like, when such powers are recycled in later levels, they're thankfully recontextualized and given slightly new uses. Outside of bosses and mini-bosses, there initially doesn't appear to be a great range in enemy types. Sure, some are coated in different colours of paint or dressed to fit in with their surroundings, but they are all vanquished via the same few fundamental jump and hit combos. Later on though, the design...
I mean, it's not like you can do too much for that, right? It's more of the journey and experience than anything, I'm sure.
book opens up and introduces some of my favourite foes. Those include an anthropomorphic playing card that flings a hand of clubs and spades your way, which you can then jump on to make your way towards the enemy to deal
oh my goodness, what? That's so cool.
Much friendlier faces can be found frequently though. Over 150 of them in fact. As
150?
From PlayStation's vast library of games.
You had to collect 150 of them? Oh my goodness, good luck guys. Good luck with that one.
Have made their way into Astro's world in the form of other bots. There are ones you'd expect, like Lombaxes, Tomb Raiders, and a certain rapping dog. But delightfully, some are plucked from the more obscure end of the scale. I'll let you discover those for yourself, and you'll never know where you'll find them either. For example, you'll rescue everyone's favourite tactical espionage action hero from the unfamiliar surroundings of Creamy Canyon, a desert-based land dressed in sprinkles that's a far cry from the steel and snow of Shadow Moses. It's light touches of irony and slapstick humour like this that keep Astro's playful tone going throughout.
Oh, look at the physics going through the sprinkles. That was actually really cool.
The delight from start to finish in this regard. Many of the PlayStation characters appear as short, charming cameos, but a handful play fully fledged supporting roles. I won't spoil who gets the star treatment here, aside from one, the previously revealed Kratos.
Yeah, Kratos. Aww. Wow. Unbelievable. How dare they? Oh.
His introduction sees you wield his ice-infused Leviathan axe and take on the role of the exiled Spartan himself in a thrilling change of pace.
Oh,
a frosty
cute.
blade boomeranging around the level. It's here where Astro Bot becomes truly magical, elegantly blending nostalgia with new ideas. Such moments essentially let you play these iconic games in miniature, lending Astro their powers and letting him loose in a level entirely built around familiar stories and settings.
That's actually super duper interesting. I like that. Innovating ideas as well as implementing old ones to make it familiar with stuff for other games on the console. My goodness, they've come up with everything. This is like, I would not be surprised if Astro Bot ends up being one of the top game of the years.
Soundtracked by remixes of heroic themes. They're charming and often the real highlight of the experience. I just wish there was one or two more of them, but perhaps I'm being greedy. It's clear from the very first frame of Astro Bot just how much love and reverence Team Asobi has for the history of Sony's consoles and their library of games. You choose a new save file by selecting one of 3.
Oh, it's from the very first PlayStation. Those are the PlayStation memory cards. I know because I still literally have that PlayStation. I'm pointing at it in my room. It's on my floor. There's like there's a DS and a 3DS on top of it. But I don't think I have any memory cards. No, I'm sure I do. I just don't know where I put them.
Original PlayStation
it doesn't even
memory
turn
cards,
on anymore.
and are then thrust into a scene taking place on your PS5-shaped mothership. In terms of story, well, it's light. That mothership crash lands on a desert planet after an evil alien attack, and Astro must now travel the galaxy searching for its missing parts and crewmates. But a deep story isn't what you're here for, is it? Free from the now standard PlayStation Studios themes of threatening apocalypses, familial woe, and coming-of-age pains, Astro Bot is all about following a cheery little metal bloke around on his adventures. That's not to say it won't spark an emotional response though, not through any great feat of nuanced writing, but when bumping into ghosts of PlayStation past and greeting them like an old school friend you haven't seen in a decade. The Crash Site Hub world has its own areas to explore and is packed full of quirks. such as eventually letting you customize your ship and outfit.
Oh.
The gacha machine mechanic makes a particularly enjoyable return, providing a satisfying way to spend the thousands of coins you'll collect.
I don't want to. It's a good thing I'm not going to play this. Imagine just getting the same thing twice. That would suck. Unless it's like one of those things where it's always a new item, then that's different and that's cool. Hopefully you don't have to deal with duplicates.
The way it builds out the hub with memorabilia and miniature dioramas for the PlayStation themed bots to adorably call home again proves a fun, tangible way of visualizing your progress through the adventure, rather than simply watching numbers tick up on a screen. It's not brand new for the series at this point, but still hits all the right spots. I arrived at the end credits after 9 hours, but had only collected 206 out of a possible 301 bots on my journey.
My goodness,
There's
really?
plenty to do after the main levels are done, including finding the remainder of the crew, building out the rest of the hub base, and unearthing new secrets among the stars. There's so much in fact that it took me another 9 hours, so 18 in total, to 100% Astro Bot, and acquire the Platinum trophy that comes with it. While I'd never say any of its main worlds ever approach being truly difficult in the pursuit of that 100% completion goal, some enemies or obstacles did take a few tries. Thankfully, checkpoints are often generously and frequently located.
I think that's pretty cool. Like, it's not too difficult, but it's more like just trying to find these things and like do something a little different to get more out of the game. I think that's a pretty cool way to do a journey and experience.
Meaning you're only ever moments away from the spot of your previous demise. An extra level of difficulty can be found in the semi-hidden trial-like stages found by exploring among the overworld stars though. These short sprints are littered with fast-moving objects, numerous enemies, and precise gaps to hop across that are designed to trip you up. Throw a complete lack of checkpoints into the mix as well, and these are easily some of the toughest tasks in Astro Bot, with a final level that's a real tough nut to crack. It's a non-stop gauntlet of quickfire threats that made me piece together everything I'd learned up until that point in a frantic but still fun test.
That's pretty cool. What's the verdict? 8 out of 10.
Made me smile from beginning to end. A collection of endlessly inventive levels and fantastically fun abilities, it delivers joy in spades, never once becoming even remotely...
I'm gonna be honest though, I think he's gonna say 8 out of 10. But for me personally, I think it'd be like a... God, I don't see anything wrong with this game, like from just the video and the impressions and review. Like, I want to give it a 10 out of 10, but there's always something, right? Okay, for me personally, I think I'd have to say it would be 9.5 out of 10, just from all this stuff.
Dull or repetitive. And while you don't need a long history with Sony systems to enjoy it, it is especially a delight for those with a piece of PlayStation.
Oh yeah, okay, because... instead of a 10, it's because of the controller thing. I don't like the controller thing. It's nice, but like sometimes you want to continue to play it even though it's like you have to be quiet. So that's the problem.
In their hearts, as a treasure trove full of playable nostalgia awaits. Taking the PS5 marketing mantra that play has no limits.
And yes, I am aware you can turn it off on the controller, I'm pretty sure. I'm aware that's a thing.
More seriously than you'd expect, Team Asobi has crafted a mascot platformer that goes near enough toe-to-toe with Nintendo's best efforts. And that's about as high a compliment as I can give it.
Oh, nice. A 9. Let's go. Let's go. Woo!
For more on Astro Bot, why not check out our latest video on the game?
All 173 PlayStation characters and Astro Bot Easter eggs. Oh no. That's bizarre. I'm not gonna watch those, but yeah, I think this is definitely a game people should pick up if you have a PlayStation 5. I would not buy a PlayStation 5 to play this though, you know what I mean? If it's just on the way, then yes, I would definitely play this if I already have a PlayStation 5 kind of thing. I don't know, just saying. Or if you already plan to get one. But yes, I hope you guys enjoyed my thoughts and impressions of it. What are your thoughts? Let me know down in the I was gonna say description, but you guys can't write there. Let me know down in the comments. And I'll see you guys later with more video game stuff. I was gonna say more PlayStation stuff, but I don't want to cover just PlayStation, so see you guys then.